there. It was a very massive one. It was a big one. And then later on at night, some elephant that collapsed the other day was again beaten by the neighbors. And that excited me also a little bit.
Yeah, okay, a lot of things. And we are here in the studios of West Nile Television to give you what has already happened in the world of sports, what continues to happen in the world of sports. Prior to what you communicated about the team of Ruiru Hills Sports Club, the Congolos, yeah, they were humiliated. They suffered the defeat into the hands of Airtel Chitara by 7-1. One interesting thing in that particular match was they were able to get a consolation goal. A mere consolation goal, of course, worked out for the team of Ruiru Hills Sports Club. Let's start our discussion with what's happened within the region of West Nile. It's bouncing back match day 8. The other weekend, people were for Christmas. They were enjoying Christmas. Regional FA never scheduled games over the weekend. Now it's bouncing back with one game on the card today. Coach Urban up against Nyai Youngsters. You look at the table standing right now. Nyai Youngsters is one of the teams that is currently sitting in the rock bottom place. That is in the table standing of Nile Zone. Meanwhile, Coach Urban, after being beaten by Moyo Town Council FHL, the team that comes from Moyo the other weekend by 3-1, it has changed their position because initially they were at number 2, immediately behind Tipsa, but after that defeat, now they are at number 3. That means the team which is currently at number 3 is taking on the team which is last as far as the table standing in Nile Zone is concerned. On top is still the team of Odamachako, and then second is Tipsa. Coach Urban, as I've just said, is the team that is currently third on the log. You look at the fixer, the team which is currently third on the log, taking on the team that is sitting in the relegation zone. Where do you see it going?
Coach, by the way, is home, and I think most of the teams in Yumbe use Boma, and this time around at 4 p.m. Today, it's already 2, but we have only 1 hour, that is at 3 p.m. From 1 hour from now, I will be seeing a Coach Urban hosting, that is Nyai Youngsters. Nyai is the visiting side. Coach is home. Coach has lost recently, before they take on this very encounter with that is Nyai back at home. We remember they traveled to they took a short break for the festive season. Coach had traveled to Moyo to play. There is Moyo Town Council, where a tip share was held to 3-3 by there is Araka down in St. Charles Luanga Koboko. I think Coach had an unbeaten run throughout, which was then broken by there is Moyo Town Council, Moyo TCFHL. So I think this time around, Coach being home, I will be looking into regaining the points that actually they lost into the hands of Moyo. And remember, Coach home is unbeaten. So basically, I think it's going to be a very huge one. It's a big day for there is Coach being home, playing in front of the 12-man squad and all that. So basically, I see a Coach having an upper hand of winning in this game, based on even the statistics over there is the tables that you've just recently given us. Coach matches they sit at position number 3. Trust me, they will be feeling deep down in their hearts that this position is not where they belong to. They want to go up because we all know they were we all know they finished. They were the run-ups. They let that slide into the hands of Young Elephants. True. By now they would have been in a Bet Power Big League. But then they allowed Young Elephants to go ahead of them. So basically, sitting in position number 3, trust me, Coach currently I know feels uncomfortable. They feel that is not where they're supposed to be. So for now, Coach Nyai at 4 p.m. I am giving all the odds for there is a Coach Urban.
Susie, there is also another big encounter, this time getting to Nyagakizone. Nebisendo, the champions of last season, as far as the table standing of Nyagakizone is concerned, is having a game at low ground and is taking on a team that is coming from Arue. Therefore, as from Arue district, I'm talking about Kuluva Rainbow. You look at the team Nebisendo, out of the 7 games they have so far played, winning only 2 and drawing 2, and the 3 have been defeats on their side. But today, they are the home side. Not today, rather, their game is tomorrow. Are we seeing them bouncing from the draws, the defeats they have been having, this time maybe picking something against the team of Kuluva Rainbow?
Kuluva traveling to Nebi Central. This is going to be a big one for both sides, by the way. We've literally been seeing Kuluva winning in their games, although not smoothly. They have even been winning games that at the end of the day we see the games being very surprising. Kuluva, I think, has woken up. They realized where their mistakes were. They actually realized where the loopholes were, and they woke up to tighten in all these loopholes to actually get to their winning ways. We saw that season starting on a very bad notice for there is a Kuluva Rainbow, and then somehow they picked up their broken pieces, and started winning in, and it was very massive. Kuluva was even winning against teams that we actually didn't expect. Who said Kuluva, or which was not on form, sorry to say that, would beat Alpha Rising? There is Aliyah. So it quite becomes interesting and surprising that actually we should say maybe the season has started for Kuluva, but this time around traveling to there is a lower grounds to play there is Nebi Central. These are all wounded lions, I would say, Benson, because basically Nebi Central just said that they've played a couple of games and only picking 2 wins. It has been quite a bad one for them. Nebi Central has equally been having issues, but it has been a little bit hard for them to sort in their issues that are in between, because there is a saying that goes, fish begins to rot from the head. So to me, basically, the problems that Nebi Central is suffering are the same problems that Alpha Rising Stars is suffering, management. So I think Kuluva had issues with the technical bench and the players a little bit. That's why it was very easy to correct that mistake, and that's why we are seeing Kuluva now winning in their games. So basically, ahead of this encounter tomorrow we're having a couple of games. Dauna, there is the regional league. So we already discussed. So tomorrow, one of the biggest games, of course, will be over the Wounded Lions. There is a Kuluva that will be tussling it out against Nebi Central that sits home. Benson, we've been to you to Luo grounds. We know how the crowd is like, and as Lubaras, we are lazy in supporting football, very lazy. Trust me, Luo grounds is just here in Nebi at the red side. We shouldn't be surprised when we don't even see fans of Kuluva Rainbow traveling, even the Lubaras within Nebi. We shouldn't be surprised not to see them turn up, but we'll see a huge turn up of the Aluru fans coming in to rally behind Nebi Central. Right
now, the fans are thinking about celebrating New Year. Susie, let's take a look at the summary of the games to be played today and tomorrow in match day 8 of West Nile Regional League in the both zones. And like we have just been saying, today only one game on the card between Coach Urban and Nyaya Youngsters. This is actually in Nile Zone. Meanwhile, tomorrow we are having around 5 games to be played. Nyahame is having a game with the Rising Stars. Meanwhile, Alpha Rising Stars will be taking a trip away to Zeus Central. Nebi Central, we have just been giving analysis about it, will be entertaining the side in the names of Kuluva Rainbow. Total in Nile Zone will travel away to Yumbe Heroes, actually a derby. Meanwhile, the last game to be played tomorrow is a game between Yumbe Hospital, a newly promoted side, taking on the team of Juman Town Council Football Club, and this game will be at Ikuru. And you take a look at all these games to be played tomorrow. There is one big game. Actually, it's a derby between newly promoted sides in Nile Zone. Total up against Yumbe Heroes. Yumbe Heroes is a side that's currently not doing so well. They sit on the red carpet, was in the red carpet, depending on how you want to call it. Meanwhile, Total, one of the newly promoted side, they are performing very well. They sit somewhere around 5th on the log, that's in Nile Zone. You take a look at the weight of this particular fixture. What are we anticipating before we take a look at the games that are set to be played on Sunday?
Total and Yumbe, this is going to be a derby. Basically, this time around, the Nile Zone, trust me, is dominated by derbies in Yumbe. Meanwhile, the Nyagaki Zone is dominated by derbies in the greater Aluru region. So basically, Total is a team in Yumbe, and also the side that they get to play Yumbe Heroes. So this is basically going to be a derby, and it's a huge one. Total, yes, Yumbe Heroes has been there for quite some time. I would say they have the experience, they have proven players, and they have what it takes. But if you look at the table standings, that is where now the difference comes. Where does Yumbe Heroes sit on the table? Over there is the West Nile Regional League table standings, Nile Zone. Where does Total sit? So basically, to me, looking at a Total and a Yumbe Heroes, you'll actually get to see that. I would rate Total are better than Yumbe Heroes, because if you look at the organization levels, if you look at financial-wise, I think this time around, yeah, the odds would be favoring Total, but I am seeing a draw in this very game. It's going to be a very tough encounter, very tense, being a derby.
Yeah, this is a game which will be full of tension. First of all new promoted sides. Secondly, this is a derby. This one takes us to look at the games to be played on Sunday. We are having 6 games to be played on Sunday, but the biggest of it is actual top of the table clash between Tipsa and the team of Odamachako. Right now, it's not Tipsa that is on top as it started, but it's Odamachako. The bragging rights right now is in the hands of Odamachako. They are taking on the team of Tipsa, and this game will be at Divine Palace, the home ground of Odamachako. Before we take a look at the summary of the games to be played on Sunday, Susie, I think this is the match to be watched in match day 8 of the both zones as far as West Nile Regional League is concerned. Which team do you think will be taking the same? Because currently they are all having the same number of points. But one team, the way I am seeing, will end up winning the game and will extend the points gap by 3. Are we seeing it going into the hands of Odamachako as Tipsa? You will see it taking all.
From the time I watched Tipsa play, some 2 Sundays back where we covered them live, Benson, I think Tipsa is just unserious. Tipsa has been in the league for quite a number of seasons. By now, Tipsa wouldn't even be in a regional league. Tipsa, they've never made it to the top. They've never made it to playoffs and all that. So basically, Tipsa, I think, is a joker. One time, one of our colleagues said that Spurs is not a top 4 material. They're just there to deceive people. And I think Tipsa is the same. We've seen Tipsa play very good football. They take the table lead and all that, but somehow they start giving away points just like that. I don't know whether they start relaxing or they become too excited because of their position and all that. So this time around, Tipsa playing Odamachako at a Divine Palace, meaning Odamachako is home. Tipsa gets to travel. Benson, I think this is the time where the top of the table gets to take shape. Literally now they are at the same level. It's basically just the alphabet that has helped Odamachako to be there, because O comes before T. So I think after Sunday, in the evening, late hours of Sunday, that's when we'll be seeing a very 3 clear point difference between Odamachako and Tipsa. I am giving up the day for Odamachako.
Susie, right now, all over the world, teams are all looking forward to see that they spend the new year on top of the log. Others that are currently in the relegation zone, they are looking forward to fight hard that they get out of the relegation zone. Which team will be finishing the table on top of the log is actually what everyone is waiting to see after match day 8. But for Nyagaki zone, it's already confirmed. That's by the Black Angels. But in Nile zone, the battle is still on, and there is also a very big encounter. We need to balance in terms of the analysis of these games. We have already analyzed the game between Tipsa and Odamachako. We need to also tackle one game. Arua City will be tussling it out with the Paida United. Who doesn't know Paida United? Just like Paida Black Angels, they also performing very well. Arua City right now in Nyagaki zone, there is only one team which is currently unbeaten. That's the PBA, Paida Black Angels. Meanwhile, you got that side of Nile zone. We also talk about one team, that's Tipsa, but a very big encounter between Arua City and the team of Paida United. Are we seeing it as usual going into the hands of Luru Sabu region? Because we are all aware that teams from Greater Negi region or as Alu region, they have always been dominating fixtures when it comes to playing against teams that comes from Arua DFA as Arua City DFA.
Paida United plays Pakwachi. Arua City will be playing PBA, the Black Angels.
Exactly.
And the Black Angels sits top of the table, yes. They have a very huge point gap with the team that actually is following them. And then that is Pakwachi, youngsters that literally almost beat them at Barokoro before they actually went in for the break of the festives. By the Black Angels is a tough side. Arua City is also a tough side. Another clash over there is table leaders, position 1 and 2. If you look at Arua City, they're doing very well. But I should say they're doing very well financial-wise and all that. This time around, they have the finances. Recently, they even just unveiled a new jersey. And normally, by the way, unveiling a new jersey adds up some little bit of luck to there is the winning wigs. I don't know if the players get excited and feel, yeah, the management has done its part. Maybe the fans have done their part. That's why there is a jersey that has come through and it's remaining up. So basically, putting that aside, Arua City and by the Black Angels is visiting. They've always won games even when they are visitors. Arua City sits home, and their home ground is where we were yesterday, where Onduparaka tussled it out with Police 0-0 at Greenlight Ababet Stadium. But so this is going to be a very tough game. One, like I had said, the Aluru sub-region has love for football. We shouldn't be surprised on Sunday if we see Alurus filling in Ababet more than Lubaras. And yet Arua City is home.
Even I'm anticipating that.
Yes, Arua City is home, and the Black Angels is a visiting side. So playing with a 12-man squad, you know what that means. You know what it takes. It brings in results. So basically, this is going to be a very tense game. But with the fact that Pakwach youngsters gave in a running nose for there is by the Black Angels recently before they went in for the break at Barukuru. Trust me, they are still shaky. So Arua City would use this chance, this opportunity to shake them the more and collecting all the bragging rights. I'm actually seeing a draw in this very game because Arua City, yeah, they're a good side, but by the Black Angels has the Black Angels is more experienced than Arua City to me, player-wise, and having experience in bigger leagues and all that. They have traveled, looking at the diversity and all that. So by the Black Angels has the experience compared to my baby Arua City. So if Arua City takes the opportunity of the Black Angels still having that little fear factor that their home unbeaten run was almost broken by the visiting side, there is a Pakwach youngsters. Trust me, Arua City could, by the way, collect all three maximum points up against Paida. It's going to be a very tough one. I'm looking at a draw on Sunday by the Black Angels up against Arua City at a Greenlight Stadium, Ababet.
Yeah, the game is on Sunday, like just the way you have said it, and the kickoff time will be 4 p.m. East African time. That one brings us to the discussion about. And
that game is going to be live, God willingly, viewer. It will be live and playing on all our social media handles, YouTube, Facebook, and Zuku. At 4 p.m. You just have to sit. If you'll be watching us on Facebook and YouTube, buy more data because by the Black Angels in Arua City will be coming to you live on West Nile TV, coming to you from a Greenlight Stadium, Ababet.
Susie, with the regional stories, we cannot just stop there because we have only discussed 2 games to be played on Sunday. We need to give viewers the entire fixtures because all these viewers, they follow different teams. Looking at the other games to be played on Sunday, Pakwach youngsters in a derby will take on Pajobi United. Meanwhile, Paida Black Angels, we have been singing this one, will be having a trip away to Arua City. Paida United will welcome the side in the names of Pakwach Super Eagles. Moyo Town Council will take a trip away to Araka, that's in Yumbe. Odamachaku Central, we talked about this one, is having a date with Tipsa. And the last game to be played on Sunday will be a game between Koboko Rising Stars and BK City, whereas Barakala City. All the kickoff time is, of course, at 4 p.m. East African time. Let's take our trip away to what happened yesterday in Bet Power Fufa Big League. Actually, the first phase of the season, whereas the first round came to an end yesterday with interesting results for some of the teams. Some of the teams, of course, are going to spend New Year in the relegation zone. Onduparaka had a very good game, a brilliant game over the Cops, that's Police, that's currently maintaining the log after playing a barren draw. Susie, before I answer you into the analysis of that particular encounter, I was on the ground. According to my own assessment, I observed everything. The team of Onduparaka outplayed the Police. I'm not saying this one because I am someone from West Nile, but I observed what happened in the pitch. To me, Onduparaka Football Club was a better side compared to the display the team of Cops had. Am I right?
This time around, our guys are just played in their hearts. I think they really wanted to mesmerize the fans, I would say, because basically if you look at Arua, if you look at Onduparaka Football Club, recently they traveled to Yumbe on that derby and they got to lose. They lost to There Is Calvary. They gave away all of the bragging rights to There Is a Calvary. And yesterday, being home and being the last game on the card for first round, There Is a Bet Power Big League. I think this time around, Onduparaka was looking at a close, because trust me, if Onduparaka lost in yesterday, they would finish the year in the red zone. it would be very easy for them to slide to the red zone. So basically, Onduparaka played well, but I think a luck just wasn't on our side. We saw Bida trying very hard to come up with a goal that was blocked. We saw Jerieko that almost scored and it was blocked. We saw Samson Sizo Kuti with numerous chances to score, but all those were blocked. I think the day just wasn't for there is Onduparaka. Otherwise, if luck was on the side of Onduparaka, trust me, Onduparaka was even going to beat Police more than 5 goals. We saw a lot of chances that Onduparaka had, but then they failed to convert. Not failing to convert. I should also say a little bit of applause goes to the goalkeeper of Police. That guy tried. If it wasn't for the goalkeeper, the defense line, Benson, to me was very porous. Even their midfield for Police, I didn't see it so solid and all that. So basically, I think the goalkeeper of Police, hats off, man. That guy tried.
Susie,
unless otherwise.
Susie, in terms of everything, I rated the Caterpillars over the team of Cops.
Yep.
In terms of the display in the pitch, accurate passes, even in terms of the big chances created, we saw Onduparaka creating big chances more than the team of Police. I think the team of Police only had one brilliant chance. It was towards the closing edges of the game. Unfortunately, it was actually the shot was cast away by the custodian of Onduparaka Football Club. The result is not a bad one for the both sides because it keeps Caterpillars out of the relegation zone. Meanwhile, for the team of Police, after them playing a draw, we also saw the team of Lugazi, the team that is currently following them, Kinley, also playing a draw, and currently they are having 31 points on top. Being followed, Kinley is actually the team of Lugazi. Interesting thing is all the West Nile base sides, Calvary and Onduparaka, all spending New Year and finishing the first phase of the season out in relegation zone. But
at least Onduparaka collected 1 point. Calvary gave away all their points to Chiinda Boys, 2-0 there. In some of the results, basically before going for a break, Chetume lost in the hands of Mbale Heroes at 2-0. Chiinda Boys are beat. There is our Yumbe-based West Nile side, 2-0. Onduparaka held the Police to a 0-0, and then Kataka beat there is Boma 2-1. Chigezi Homeboys also took the bragging rights off Ndeje University. There is by closing the day to a 1-0 down there. Then Young Elephant played Lugazi 0-0 at Amaka Primary School, where Young Elephant was home. And then Ginger North United also was held to a 0-0 at Chamazinga Stadium by there is Karunji. Very interesting results coming through.
That one brings us to give you the table standing after the first phase of the season. On top is Police. I say this one, they having 31 points, being followed Kinel by the team of Lugazi, 29 points. Third is Mbale Heroes with 27 points. Fourth is Boma FC with 24. Fifth is the team of Kataka that comes from Mbale with 23. Sixth is Blacks Power with 21. Seventh is Chiinda Boys with something of 20. Eighth is Tigezi Homeboys with 18 points. Ninth is Tigezi, yeah, you talked about this one. Ninth is Onduparaka with 17. 10th is Karo Karunzi with 17. 11th is Calvary with 16. Meanwhile, down in the relegation zone, we have got Chetume with 16. Jinza North United with 12. We have got Ndeje University second last with 10. And the rock bottom team is Young Elephant with only 9 points. We want to repeat it again. The first phase of Bet Power FIFA Big League is now over. We are waiting for second round. How things are going to transpire in the second phase as in the second round is what everyone is waiting to see. We are off a break. My name